too much to say, and when y'all both say stuff, y'all just gonna confuse my stream of thought.
Okay.
I love you, but you can sit here, that's cool. Now, I was gonna...
Thanks.
I was gonna stand on this chair right now, right? You know why I'm not standing on the chair right now? Do you all remember an Oprah Winfrey moment?
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all remember, Oprah Winfrey? Who's that? Tom Cruise. He was in love, right? He jumped on the couch, and what happened? Now he's crazy. So because of that, I'm not gonna hop on my coffee table.
He's also a Scientologist.
Does that, okay, that makes him crazy?
Crazy a little bit.
Okay, so you're more crazy to be a Scientologist. So Scientology is a lesser religion than any other religion, right?
They believe in aliens.
Wait a second. Scientology is a lesser religion than any other religion. That's what you're saying?
It's not believable, and it's not a religion.
So what's a religion?
Well, they're not classified as a religion.
And what's the reason for that?
Financial gain?
Oh, they don't have as much money as the church.
Yeah, you're going to lose this one, Charlie.
Yeah.
You're going to lose. You're going to lose this one.
I think we've gotten a little off.
Okay, so look.
No,
Hold on.
No,
what are you
we
gonna do?
haven't. We're on now. We're on now. You remember I gave the... How many people are feeling... How many people felt something that I said today? Raise a hand if you felt something that I said today. Do you feel that I'm feeling... Do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
Yes.
I don't think you're thinking anything. I think what you're doing right now is actually asking thought. And the reason why I feel like that is because, Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything that you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice. Every day we have to walk into that truth while you choose to say things that, to be honest with you, dog, are nonsensical. You want to think freely? That's fine. I'll combat your free thought with my free thought because mine is grounded in a reality that I have been given and a reality that I'm going to change, but I'm not going to do it by pretending that the enemies are on the same team as me. And frankly, I'm disappointed, I'm appalled, and brother, I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me, that's not real. That's the way I feel. Stand on all the coffee tables you want to stand on. Say whatever you want to say, but don't throw a stone, then hide your hand like the rest of us are just going to swallow it. Yay, be yay. I'm off it forever. Do you. But remember, the life that I live is as a real person, an actual person.
I'm here to...
Don't throw a stone, then hide your hand like the rest of us are just gonna swallow it. Yay, be yay, I'm off it forever. Do you. But remember, the life that I live is as a real person, an actual person.
Now, the thing is, he said he said grounded in reality. This reality has been forced upon us. It is a choice. Just like when I said slavery is a choice. The reality, we can make our own reality. We can talk about history, but not too long. We need to talk about our now because we can fix and start loving each other now. I say we have no enemies. We don't have enemies. Black people have a tendency to focus and march when a white person kills a black person or wears a hat. But when it's 700 kids being killed in Chicago, it's okay. It's okay for blacks to kill blacks. But if it's a white thing...
I don't think anybody's saying that's okay.
There's
been more focus and more marches.
That is a lie.
About
don't
whites
believe that.
killing blacks than kids in Chicago killing each other.
That's a lie. There are black people working.
There are no marches.
Over 90% of black people getting killed are killed by other blacks.
That's a fact.
The black homicide rate is a fact.
That is a fact.
Black on black crime is a fact.
But there are black people.
Okay,
wait a second.
Now this is a problem.
Wait a second.
We have to. You're too far. You have to be closer to me.
I'm here right now. There are black working every single day.
Don't
to
scream
combat-
because it will make us look crazy.
I don't care how we looking for this. You're talking some.
Come on over.
No, when you scream,
This is what I'm saying.
when you
No,
scream and you don't talk, it doesn't look right.
Let me just say something.
Let me impart this upon you.
Okay, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about because these are two different versions of somebody else's truth. This is two different versions of somebody else's truth. So he gets up and he's talking slavery, right? Okay, I'm not enslaved, so that it's like I don't mean to insult his reality.
No, Kanye, come on over.
I don't mean
I just wanted to give him a hug.
right? Like I don't mean to.
No, I think he might want to fight me, but I want to give him a hug.
Okay, but like.
Right.
Let's finish
What Kanye-
conversation
We gotta
and then we'll.
What Kanye just
I love you, and I want to give you a hug. I feel like you want to fight me right now, but I love you.
I don't fight with my fist, man. I've been through that. This is what I'm saying.
So if I come over there, you're not going to fight me?
No, I'm not gonna hit Kanye West and TMZ. Bro, you gotta be responsible, man.
Bro, I'm sorry I hurt you.
You gotta be responsible.
I'm sorry I hurt you, bro.
Your voice is too big. You gotta
I'm
be
sorry I
responsible.
hurt you, bro. I love you, bro. I'm sorry I hurt you with my words, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I love you, bro.
Responsible, man.
Bro,
You gotta be responsible.
I didn't mean to say things that hurt you. I didn't mean to wear the hat out the blue and shock so many people and not give them a way out of the pain. I understand that gave him pain, that made him see pain. But guess what? When I went into the hospital. We're now in the hospital. TMZ is the hospital to fix the world. Obama was our opioids. It made us feel like everything was good.
That's not true, bro.
Yeah.
That's not true. Listen, first of all, calmly.
What's your name, though?
Sit here and say it's not true.
I'm sorry for disappointing you, Van.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
Calmly.
Yeah.
What you said up there a second ago, the statistic on black on black violence is true. What they don't tell you is there are people dedicating their lives to working throughout the problems of black people. There are black people every day, boots on the ground.
Right now.
They're all over the place that are working towards this. Like every single day, people are trying to fix this problem. The narrative that black people don't care about black lives until a white person takes them is false. That is not true. But the problem is the people that are doing this work in communities every day, guys all over the place, they don't get the type of reverence, they don't get the type of shine, they don't get the type of light spotted on them, the spotlight, should I say, that other people do. Those people are the ones that need to be empowered, the people that can help Chicago, that can help South Baton Rouge, that can help those places, that are working there every day. They doing it and they dedicating their lives to it. But they don't get big up by rappers, they don't get invited to things, they do it for nothing because they have to. So what I'm trying to say is while we're having all of these conversations about stuff that gets covered on the news, who's gonna talk about what doesn't get covered on the news?
Me, hello.
Like to me, for me, for a lot of years, the dude that inspired me to be more than what I was in Baton Rouge, that was you. Ask everybody in this room for years, ask everybody in here how many times we've had a Kanye West story and I've stood there the only person to defend Kanye West because of what you meant to me. And then after that, you slapped me in my face by getting next to people who mean me harm and who don't even care about the fact, about being honest about the fact that they mean me harm.
I think that we have to get next to everyone. If we don't like Trump, we have to talk to them. We have to talk because Trump is a human being also, and he's in a very powerful position, and he's doing a lot of things to actually help business owners be able to go past all these fake laws and rules and things. I mean, candidates can give you the facts better than that, but we need to speak to people. Einstein says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So we keep on saying, I hate you, you, you. How are we going to get a different result out of hate? Why don't we just try love? Why don't we just try love? Why can't it be okay for an influential rapper in the black community to go up to the president and talk to him about how we can make a change one by one? We have the resources for a peaceful world. I believe that Kim Jong-un didn't believe that Obama was crazy enough to come at him. You know, sometimes you need some crazy to change something. Steve Jobs is crazy. Now we all on Steve Jobs' phones. They say Trump's crazy. They say I'm crazy. But I'm here to show love. And we're going to make it through. I know I disappointed you today, brother. And I know I disappointed the black community when I wore the hat. And I'm sorry for disappointing you. But like I just told J. Cole on the phone right now, it's a bigger plan. And I'm just doing what the universe told me. Now, I'm not drugged the out, but I did pop a 911 yesterday before I got here to make sure I didn't prove everybody right. So I do think that pharmaceuticals can be extremely helpful. Everything in moderation, though.
Kanye, we are going to take a break right now. We're going to come back. We're bringing Candace on. We want to hear from Candace as well, who is somebody who got in the middle of all of this last week. Let's take a break. We're going to come back with more.
Welcome back to TMZ Live, a very special edition of TMZ Live. Kanye West here, and now joined by Candace Owens, who we saw, you were starting to get into the conversation there, and we want to continue that conversation because you and Kanye have been spending a lot of time together, sharing a lot of ideas and thoughts. And
Candace, I think you actually kind of triggered a lot of this when you talked about slavery, not looking backwards, looking forward. So why don't you explain, maybe we can clarify a little more.
Right, so I mean, I've said this over and over again, that I see that there seems to be this like ideological civil war breaking out in the black community. For me, I'm getting very tired of the victim narrative, and I totally respect the feelings of people that live that. I respect your employee that just stood up and said, like, this is what we're going through, these people want to hurt me, but that's the reality that he's accepted, right? The truth is, in any situation, take away black, white, no matter what happens to you in life, if what you're doing is you're looking backward, you are never going to go forward. If you're reliving things that have happened to you over and over again, it makes it implausible that you're going to be able to go forward and move forward. I didn't live through slavery, right? Obviously, I feel deeply for what my ancestors went through, but they went through that so that I have this opportunity today to make something of myself, right? To not see myself as different than everybody around me. In many ways, I feel the black community is going backwards, that we're literally going away from what Martin Luther King dreamed. He dreamed of a day where we wouldn't have these things and say, because I'm black, therefore I must think this. Because I'm black, therefore I have to subscribe to all of this. I defected from this mentality. I said, you know what? I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. And this became the most controversial thing on the internet. The fact that I did not, I looked into the facts and the data, and again, while I respect the emotions, they're just not there, right? When you talk about saying him putting on a MAGA hat, and this was what I was jumping in there, it disrupted his world and it made things harder because he was aligning himself with people that tried to hurt the black community. Donald Trump has not put forth a single policy that has harmed the black community. In fact, he's put forth many that have helped us.
But I think what people are reacting to, the emotional reaction, is that Donald Trump has said things that are clearly hurtful to the black community. I hear what you're saying, that he hasn't enacted a policy that you feel is hurting the black community, but he can also say something, and there's
so what's
power
the something
in words.
that he said? Because I would like to be able to offer rebuttal, because everyone says this. They say he says things that hurt the black community.
Actually, not just the black community, but a lot of minorities.
Let's start with the black community, because I am a black woman and I want to say why I broke out of these chains, right? So you just said that Donald Trump has said things that hurt the black community. You should be able to list them if this is,
when neo-Nazis attack people and the president's reaction is, well, both sides were to blame.
Right. So let's go over what happened that day, because the facts are really important here, right? He did say that, right? But that's a snippet of a longer conversation. So that day,
Can I talk to Harvey while you guys talk? Because I feel funny just sitting here.
Okay. No, well, actually, we want you to be part of the conversation.
But I want her to talk right now, and I don't want to talk to Harvey right now. Is that good? That's cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that day, you bring up that conversation, both sides are to blame. So that day, you had presumably neo-Nazis and KKK members, right? The remaining 6,000 that are in America, who I've never heard of, never run into, but they were there to protest a statue being torn down, right? Whatever you subscribe to, of course, I do not believe in neo-Nazis. I do not support neo-Nazis. I do not support the KKK. Obviously, my family was impacted by them, my grandfather growing up, but they do have a right to show up and say they don't want a statue pulled down, right?
So you wanted to respond to some of the things that Van said when he and Kanye were talking about what Kanye said, in particular, the thing that Kanye said that really stood out to me, and I don't want to speak for Van, when he said that 400 years of slavery went on, at that point, it's a choice.
Right.
That's
right. So
that's really charged language.
Right, and I can't speak for him, and he can clarify himself, but he also then said, like, right now we're living in years of slavery mentally, these mental